Good to go. All right, call the meeting to order and have the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Trustee Trombley.
Here.
Trustee Malinsky.
Here.
Trustee Connor.
Here.
Trustee Herzog.
Here.
Mayor McFetrich.
Here. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting? Is there a second?
Second.
Any corrections? Is that a no? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All abstain.
One abstention. That passes. Presentation of petitions, communications, and general question period for members of the community. As we have no one here tonight, we will dispense with that. Report from the code enforcement officer, I did not receive that, so I will talk to him tomorrow and I will stick it in your boxes. Here's my report. Welcome to the Village of Champlain monthly meeting. It's beginning to feel like fall, and with that we wish children and all school personnel a good start to the school year. Please be aware of the school buses and follow the rules of the road regarding stopping when they are picking up and dropping off kids. A big shout out to everyone who makes school a safe place to be. Teachers, aides, administrators, custodians, drivers, lunch workers, counselors, coaches, and others play an important role in the lives of our children. Progress continues on the water line replacement. The remainder of the work will be on Main Street and will go well into the fall. We thank you for your patience, especially those whose yards and services are affected. Once again, I remind you to drive slowly through the work zones and obey the flaggers. I would like to publicly thank Outside Art and the Samuel de Champlain History Center for all their work in securing the funds for the first piece of public art in the village of Champlain. Also thank you to the individual donors, because there were a lot of individuals who donated to that. The mural, which depicts the building industry, highlights the rich history we have in our community. Kudos to artist Greg Badger for sharing his time and talent with us. Getting a lot of positive comments on that, and many people are coming into the village to see it. Work has begun on replacing some of the sidewalks in the downtown area. We look forward to an even surface, which will also allow for better snow removal in the winter. This is hard work, so if you see the DPW, let them know you appreciate their dedication to the task. A quick update on the ash tree removal program. We did get an initial announcement of the award, but we'll have to wait for a contract with the state before anything can begin. This means that the work will not begin until next spring at the earliest. As we get more information, we will keep you informed. And I just will mention that we do know that NYSEG is removing some trees, so that's on NYSEG. Our program has not started. As far as our comprehensive plan, that's moving ahead. I want everyone to understand that this is to guide future growth within the community. We're working with the town of Champlain. All of you are going to be receiving a postcard in the mail with a QR code to complete the survey, or you can go to the town website, the town comprehensive plan page to access the survey, or you can get a paper copy from either office, the village or the town. It's not out yet, but the postcards are going to be mailed very, very soon. Finally, here are some upcoming activities that are free and open to the public. On September 25th at 6:30 p.m., author Mark Berry will speak about his new book at the Red Canoe. On September 29th, from 2 to 4, there will be another Reach Out and Play session with a variety of board games sponsored by the Office for the Aging. I think that is going to be held at the Champlain Meeting House. On October 18th from 1 to 4, there will be a blood drive at the Champlain Meeting House. on October 26th, from 1 to 2:30. Trunk or treat will take place again. Gosh, this must be at least 5 years.
I'm
Four,
sure.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
We are looking for people to decorate their trunks, and of course, all the kids and families are invited to participate. May we continue to have this enjoyable weather, and thanks for being a part of the Village of Champlain. Thank you. Reports from the trustees. Joel?
I've got nothing other than just a general thank you to the DBW crew. See you guys out early in the morning, and I see you out late in the evening, so thank you for being out there. Thank you for all the work that you do. Unsung heroes
Yeah.
of the village,
For
without
sure.
a doubt. Thank you.
Chuck?
Just wanna let you know, the trunk or treat, the Knights of Columbus, I mentioned to the mayor that they're gonna be participating. I hope we see a lot of other participants on the 26th of October. And I've been kinda stopping by and seeing the guys working on the sidewalks. It's a slow process, but they're making progress. Got a long way to go yet.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
We'll get all the way to Cedar Street this year.
Well, let's see how it goes. Let's see how the weather holds up too.
Put blankets on.
Yeah. Anything else, Chuck?
Yeah.
Nikki?
Okay, August was a little busy. I held some summer art classes. There were 3 classes, and the numbers were between 5 and 12, so it was ages 8 and up. We did 3 different activities, and it went pretty well. Some excited kids, and that was put on by a grant that Janet applied for, the Stewart's grant, so thank you for that. I also held a summer boost program, so that was 4 events where I helped kids with their math and reading, just to get them back up to where they should be, or, get them used to being back in school. So it was a game-based time where the older kids were helping with the younger kids, so they were able to help each other. So there was a mentor, there was games, there was learning, so it was a good time. What else? You said the trunk or treat's coming up. The library should be there. We'll have a new director by then, so hopefully we'll have them there.
That's right.
Yeah. I am planning another fall cooking class, so mid-November. I haven't set a date or time for a recipe yet, but that is my plan. And keep in mind that Christmas is coming, so we'll also have Christmas crafts and activities going on, along with the candy cane hunt and Santa and so on. So that's early December. As always, the library's looking for volunteers, and that's for helping with outdoor cleaning, indoor cleaning, or holding events. We'd like to put together a Friends of the Library group, and that group helps with fundraising, so it would be nice to have a group to do that for us. We are a nonprofit, so there's very little money to go around, and we need some work done in the building. It's a pretty old building, so if we can gather some funds, we can slowly get some things done. I'm thinking about a walk to connect also for the fall.
Yes.
I have to see what my calendar looks like, but that should be October maybe, before it gets too cold. And the volleyball club, I held the volleyball club this summer on Wednesday nights at the volleyball court across from the high school. The town did a great job cleaning it up for us. The first night there was a lot of grass and weeds growing through the sand, but by the second night it was clear, full sand. So thank you to the town for that. And we had a good group of girls. They had probably 9 to 12 girls
That's
each
great.
time. Well, not each time, but most of the time. Weather permitting, we didn't have to cancel one night due to the rain, but it was good to get them out and get them ready for the season to start. 'Cause there's really no other place that you could do
Yeah.
volleyball.
Yeah, great.
So, yeah, we'll probably continue that next year. Yeah, that wraps up the summer,
Thanks, Nikki.
no problem.
Thanks for all your work. Kim?
Let's see, I was able to attend, a boat trip that was put on by the Lake Champlain Sea Grant, Lake Champlain Research Institute. If they do offer it again next year, I strongly recommend, they do one for municipalities.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that we attended, and they also do a public one, which was $30 a person. It was about 2 hours. We were aboard, and I'm not gonna pronounce this right, the Marcel Melosira was the name of the ship, or the boat. There were several scientists that were on it. We were able to participate in a couple of experiments regarding the lake. Like I said, it was about 2 hours. We got to check. It makes me never wanna go in the water again when you pull a sample and look at it under a microscope. But we did see a lot of different life under the microscope, and it's all about keeping the lake clean and to preserve it, basically. And then there was a lot of history about the lake and the formation of it and other information. Truly, it was 2 hours that went by really fast. So, also made some connections with Nancy Bernstein, and I know I think I had met her previously, regarding clean energy, so she sent some information to us, regarding fleet inventory. And then also met Peter Hager from the Clinton County Soil and Water Conservation, and he sent me some information regarding salt reduction. There's money out there for these things, and they're trying, some communities have tried getting away from so much of the rock salt and using more of a liquid brine.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, he said that's been pretty successful in the areas that's been done, so, I think these are things that we really do need to look into. And then also, I had sent you girls some, I think maybe 4 or 5 different basketball hoops. Did we get a chance to order one?
I was supposed to order it, but hasn't been ordered yet.
Okay,
Maybe this week.
okay. There were several
We
different
got one
ones
picked
and,
out,
one,
but
yeah.
I gotta get down there and put it on the card.
okay,
And speaking of that, I think on the 14th is when Kiwanis and any other volunteers were going to paint the lines at the existing one,
okay.
depending on the weather. But I think that's in the afternoon,
So Saturday?
Saturday,
Next Saturday.
next
Oh,
Saturday.
next, oh, I won't be around.
Okay,
Oh, I have my kids.
it's okay, I'm just putting it out there because
I
I'm
can
looking for
bring them
people.
to let them help paint.
No, I mean, sure. I have talked to a couple of people that play basketball a lot there, and they said they would help, so I'm hoping
That's
that.
awesome. I saw
Yeah.
2 gentlemen, not teenagers, leaving the court, while I was on my bus run this afternoon, so.
Yeah,
It is, I am seeing more adults there
Yeah.
playing now, so I think once we have 2 nets, it's gonna,
yeah,
maybe they'll have some teams going.
yeah, so we definitely will get the one end done. I'm not sure about the other one, but we'll get that one done anyway,
Awesome.
Yeah. okay.
Now, excuse me, relating to the court, still when it rains hard, there's water there, are we,
Doesn't
We
seem
figured-
to last very long though,
I think it's saturating through.
okay,
is
I
it?
sent pictures.
Yeah.
I sent pictures. I think once you get a little bit of dirt and stuff that'll blind, then it's probably gonna stay there. It's not right in the center now, it's shifted over, but we'll have to look at it. That's what I got for an answer, so.
okay,
Oh, just one more thing, the water board report was sent to both municipalities, so, you know, the village and the town are supposed to respond within 30 days of receiving that report,
yeah,
so.
Was that only sent to me and not to the board
No.
members?
No, it was sent to
Okay, just wanna make sure,
everyone
because
got a
sometimes
copy
I
of
don't,
it.
yeah, sometimes I don't realize that someone hasn't received something and then I,
No, because I don't think it's fair to send it to one person and then have to have them distribute it, so I send
Okay.
it to everybody.
just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss that. Thank you, Kim.
Okay, so yeah, just do keep in mind that there is a deadline on responding to that.
Yeah, okay.
You did get my report.
Yes, I haven't had a chance to open things up and look at it, but I did see it coming this afternoon, thank you.
Okay, is that it?
That's it.
All right, thank you. Thank you all. Report from the clerk treasurer.
Everyone has their expense and revenue reports for August. We also did a water and sewer billing. Water was 73,855.75, and sewer was 71,791.71.
Does anyone have any questions on any of that thus far? Okay, so we have some,
The warrant, we have additional invoices of 77,905.52 for a total warrant of 100,952.03.
is there a motion to approve the warrant? With the additional invoices? You have a second?
Second.
Discussion?
What are the two large items for?
All the piping and the 8 sewer tanks that were ordered December of last year and just came in.
Okay,
We gotta back out all 8 tanks, we got a tractor trailer load of piping.
wow,
Yeah, it's gonna be like a all summer project.
wow,
Well, we got one tractor trailer load plus another tractor trailer with like for 3 or 4 skids.
okay,
But that was ordered last year, that's the aeration, all the aeration piping, the fine bubble diffusers, 4-inch piping, there's like 150 discs that have to be put in each tank, anchored to the concrete floor.
okay.
So that'll be, we're gonna need some manpower.
That'll be a project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna need some manpower to do that,
We'll have to look for
Mhm.
intent.
Yeah, we'll have,
Yeah,
yeah, we'll have to have
something.
someone in, yeah,
It's not an easy
no,
task.
it must not be.
We're gonna have to try one tank and see, because that's gonna be backed out and put in the drying beds, and now the drying beds have no separators where we can put it and let it settle. So, I don't know if we can dump it, how we're gonna do it, or if we're gonna have to haul all that liquid away, we'll have to see,
Yeah,
because it's all changed, so we have to make like a dike, build it, and try to dump it inside of it, and try to let the liquid come out.
Gosh.
It's gonna be
it's
tough.
really complicated,
Yeah, there's 8 tanks, they all have to be done, piping is broken.
yeah,
And that's what we have down there currently is 8
Mhm.
tanks.
Yeah, six aeration and 2 digester tanks,
Okay.
and that's what it is. The amounts, one of them's for the 2 digester tanks and the other one's for the 6 aeration tanks. There's quite a bit of, stuff there, for sure, material.
yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, that came in Tuesday, but it was ordered in December of 2023 is when we had ordered it, and they had to make the material. And it just got delivered on Tuesday, but I don't know if you can see this, but here's a tractor trailer load of pipe, we gotta install all
Oh
this.
my.
Wow.
It's a whole full tractor trailer, plus the other tractor trailer came with like 3 or 4 more skids. So that's all gonna be put into those fastened stainless steel to the concrete,
Mm-hmm,
so it's
drilling the concrete.
a lot, there's a lot. There's a lot to that. Because we were gonna originally try to have the contractors do it, and I think it was like 100-some thousand, they want to charge us labor.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
okay, well, we're gonna have to get some help.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You can't start, there's no way we can do it now, it's too
No.
late into the year.
Yeah.
Once it gets freezing, you can't use vac truck, so we're gonna have to figure out vac truck, I'm gonna have to figure that out too. How we can, who I can get, and can we rent it by the month? I mean, I don't know, I gotta look at that, I mean, we're not gonna go buy one, I mean, that truck's
Do we
probably
have to-
300,000,
Yeah, no,
you
we're
know
not
what I
gonna
mean?
buy, no.
Who, did somebody vacuum that out before?
Some, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he also put a hole in his tank from the stones,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I got a T&L last time to do
Yeah.
one of the tanks for us, cause we had to suck out those tanks, they could pour the concrete.
Mm-hmm, I remember
But
that.
it's just the stones coming in where it hits in the tank, it put a hole right through his vac truck. He had to weld his vac truck, so, cause there's a lot of abrasive and stones in there. Once we get these clean, excuse me, we won't have that anymore, cause now we have that grit removal.
Mhm. Right,
So that's gonna take it out, but this is from all the years of coming in, the stuff just coming in with no grit removal
yeah,
is in there, and it's abrasive, and there's sand, and there's stones, and you name it, it's in there, so once we get them empty, down the road will be further ahead, cause we've
yeah,
got hairballs in there the size of vehicles. I mean, it's really, when you
isn't that awful?
when you gotta get in there with it, you gotta get in there, you gotta drain it, you gotta get in there with the backhoes and suck that out, and usually there's probably, the last time we did it, there was like 2 feet, and it's like solid red worms, and it's not fun, it's not fun.
Nope.
You see everything moving in there, I mean, really,
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah.
so, they're like bloodworms.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Some people probably taste it.
All right, so we have a motion and a second on the warrant. Roll call.
Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Trustee Malinsky.
Aye.
Trustee Connor.
Aye.
Trustee Herzog.
Aye.
Mayor McFetrich.
Aye. And then we have some
Oh,
We
yes,
have some transfers.
so, let's, I'm gonna go find one.
So if there's any board members that aren't busy when we get ready to do this,
You can go
that.
help.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll be there later.
Let me know,
That's
Mike.
not-
I will.
Okay, we,
I'm on a full Tyvek suit.
Yeah.
transfer from reserve for repairs, G 75,150 to G 8130.2 transmission and distribution equipment repairs, 75,150. And that's the cost of those aerators.
Yeah, may I have a motion
So moved.
and a second?
Second.
Any questions?
No, it's G.
Oh, okay.
It's G, G, yeah,
No question.
G 1, 2.
okay,
Chuck and Kim
sorry, we're just,
talking
I
about
thought it was water.
When she said distribution, I thought,
Oh, you're thinking it was water.
yeah, I just wanna make sure you didn't put it on the line.
No, it's G.
Roll call.
Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Trustee Malinsky.
Aye.
Trustee Connor.
Aye.
Trustee Herzog. Mayor McFetrich.
Aye.
We also have, some bills for the main water line replacement project. The first one, it says 129, somehow got missed, that's, for Barton and Judas, $2,246.31. Barton and Judas, 24,000, and TJ Fiacco, $136,841.80 for a total of $163,088.11.
May I have a motion to approve
So moved.
in a second?
Okay.
Discussion, questions? Roll call.
Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Trustee Malinsky.
Aye.
Trustee Connor.
Aye.
Trustee Herzog.
Aye.
Mayor McFetrich.
Aye. Anything else from you, Juanita?
No,
Okay. Report from the superintendent,
Same old thing, I guess.
same old thing, two-sided,
Yeah,
small print.
we had a water main breakup in Willow Street. I looked at this a while, 8-inch gas main, like 4 inches above our 8-inch water main, right directly on top, so, and then a 2-inch side line for Willow, so a lot of handwork. That was like an all-day affair, but, we did get it fixed. I was hoping that we would have a line up there before we had to dig that intersection anymore.
Yeah.
Crazy thinking we gotta spend, $30,000 and bore that when we, how many times we gonna tear it up, but anyway. I also have, I've got another couple spots that are weeping, we're gonna have to dig, 'cause tomorrow we're gonna be, there's a weeper behind, post office, so those guys are coming, I'm gonna have to give them a hand probably, but, they're gonna dig that. And then we've got another one up in French Village, a curb stop that's leaking, we were hoping that once a new main, we wait till the new main was in, but it's getting worse, so, I gotta see, we may end up having to dig it before we get that new main up there, just 'cause it's gonna be a little while. I know as we shut down and pressurize, depressurize, I expect probably there's gonna be other places that, especially in this strip here, we're probably gonna have some spots we're gonna have to dig. We did do the, Ashline Drive tie-in today, so they're under boil water right now. We had to shut Ashline Drive down, and we tied into the new main, just on the opposite side of Ashline, so that was done, just finished up just before I came here to get the sample from, so we'll get another sample tomorrow, bring it to the lab, and by, probably Wednesday night, I should, have results. So depending on what time they get them to me, Wednesday night or Thursday morning, and that should be the only boil water for Ashline, because, they're tied in all the way up to the valve on the new line, so the next one will be this Main Street, the Main Street one, from Ashline Drive up to the vault here by our office. We have to get this tied in, do a shutdown. Ashline Drive's gotta be tied in, so we can flush this line, cause everything's gonna have to be flushed from the vault back to Ashline Drive, so we're gonna have to shut this main off, everybody's gonna be under boil water, and we gotta do the tie-in at the vault next door, so we can transfer water around the bypass, up through, and, be able to pressure test, get it flushed, get it pressure tested, get it super chlorinated, get our samples. Once it passes, then we can tie all the services on from Ashline Drive all the way to here next door. Once that happens, we can discontinue the old main all the way from South Street. We can dig the road, do our tie-in on the end of South Street, and everybody will already be on the new main, and then do the one out front to tie in Pine Street, and that shouldn't shut anybody off either, because we can isolate on the other side of the road, right as long as the valves hold.
Yeah,
But at this old main up to the vault, at that point will be, no more water pressure in it. And then the next step's gonna be on the other side of the vault, going down the hill. But
Yeah.
most of our, half and half, a lot of them were next door, which were still in that old main.
yeah, and then right over here,
On both sides of the vault, so
Yeah.
there's, I anticipate probably having some more, but it is what it is, we'll just, if they break, we'll fix them. That's all we can do. I mean, if we can cap it, if we're close enough, we can cap it, we'll do what we have to do, but, other than that, we went out and trimmed the town hydrants. There was a bunch that we couldn't even find. They were in bad shape, neglected. Those are done. What else have I got? Sewer plant, we took that driveway down, lowered it quite a bit to try to, widen it out. That's been, we've got stone finally in there, and that was paved last week. So the paving's done around the sewer plant. There's repairs, still has a little bit of work to do down there. Some heat trace and, there's a little bit of electrical on that grit pump, and there's a few things that they still have to, finish up before they're done. We just talked about the aeration piping. That's all, that stuff all came in. I'm still waiting for, my quotes. I gotta get the materials coming for the tank drain for one tank at the sewer plant. I gotta get that, there's a T and a valve and a bunch of stuff that got broke. I think the cement wall fell on top of the valve, but, when the contractor's working, I can't prove it, and the inspector wasn't around to keep an eye, so we're stuck fixing it. But I have to get that fixed before freezing temperatures, cause that's exposed, so we can get it buried. Sidewalks you talked about, we're working on the stretch from Church Street to Cedar Street, pulling out the old and, working on forming that, and I'm hoping either this week or beginning of next week to do the first pour. I'm thinking we can probably do it in 3 pours, so it'll be quite a bit. The first stretch will be quite a bit. It'll be from the corner to, almost to where, just past your place will be the first pour, so if we can do another stretch like that, I think be close to 3, maybe a little more than that, then we'll have to do all the small stuff, the walkways and whatnot, but Backhoe was down for, I don't know, a week or so, 2 weeks maybe, I think it was closer to 2 weeks, we blew a hydraulic line, couldn't get a hydraulic line. Dealership said they weren't available. Finally found one in South Carolina. We got it, the backhoe was repaired, back in service, so that slowed me down for putting my driveway in at the wastewater plant, but it is what it is, it's back now. But now I got another issue, my thumb's not working, I think there's either a joystick or electrical issue, so we're gonna keep using it in the meantime. And then, I don't know when we're gonna get slow time, but whenever I get some downtime, I gotta get that repaired. My work truck, that broke down, I don't know, a week or so ago. Quit, just shut off. Had to come pick it up on a ramp truck, brought it to the dealership. Was there for a week, got it back last Thursday. Used it Thursday afternoon, Friday. Loaded all my stuff back in it today. It left me on the side of the road on Route 11 this morning. So that's gone again back to the dealership. I don't know when we're gonna get it. So we're down 2 vehicles here. 1 ton that was serviced. I know there's been a lot of stuff too lately. I don't know, we've got a lot of stuff that's been getting, I was able to fix a lot of it in the house, but man, all kinds of stuff broken lately. I don't know what's going on, but we have a lot of small equipment and it's just, I don't know. So I gotta try to see what's going on with that. Other work, I still have, our main stuff is our daily issues that come in, whether it be emergencies, water leaks, our water line, a lot of locating going on. Still working on letting copper service line inventory, that's still got a lot of work to do, that's due in October. Sidewalk replacement is in progress. We've got a few concrete pads to pour at the end of the bike path for those trailhead lights. We've got the forms there, we just haven't had time to get the concrete in. Still got the PRV, all the vault maintenance and hydrant flushing. We didn't do hydrant flushing while they're installing lines here because we didn't want to cause any more issues than we already had, but I have to get the flushing done before winter rolls in here. Still got check valves to replace at the Main Street lift station. We have the check valves, it's just pulling the vault apart and getting in there and trying to get them done. I know the material has been ordered, we're waiting, because they're gonna rebuild that lift station. So, I haven't heard lately what we're down to here for lead time. They were gonna get the material and try to get us on the schedule. I know there's a bunch of crosswalks and Charles that we painted, but some of that may not get done till next year. Then we gotta start prepping our winter equipment here for winter will be coming upon us here shortly. There's no way I can get everything I got on my list. There's no way with the manpower we have that we'll be able to get it all done. We're gonna just do what we can, and that's basically what we can do. It is what it is. There's just a lot to do, and it takes a lot of manpower to do it, and you only have so much. 50% is new.
Yeah,
50% is new employees, and it's still gotta be trained, so
Yeah.
it's
that's right,
it's a tough
just doing
tough
the,
thing. So
doing the best we can do.
yep. But that's about all I have.
Any questions for Mike? I just say thanks for all the hard work on everyone's part, Mike.
Do what we can.
Yeah,
There's a lot of phone rings and everything changes direction.
yeah.
Manage a lot of that.
Mhm.
It's every day. It's hard to make.
It's
We
just the
try to make a
nature.
plan. And Monday I plan on coming in here and getting a bunch of those sidewalks, going, and at 6:30 in the morning we got water bubbling out of the ground.
Yeah,
So
and that took all day,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And then they had to finish it up the next day, didn't they?
Yeah, we had to pound it with stone, and
Yeah.
we just got it closed in and filled. And there's no sense of keeping them here half the night and paying overtime, so we'll be pulling that section out the next day. It's just the circumstances of where it was and what the utilities, you gotta be so careful, you're digging around gas mains, and they're steel mains, they're not plastic, there's no give, and you're right, 4-inch separation between them, right on top, so. It won't be that way after, because they're getting set back 15 feet. But when the gas mains are put in, they were put
Yeah,
right on top. It just makes it a little more of a challenge, I mean, so. Yeah, doing what we can, I mean, that's all you can do. Just
Okay.
hope winter's a ways away.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mike.
you're
All right, correspondence?
Correspondence from Charter Communications with franchise fees. Correspondence from Barb Tremblay requesting payment for driveway access. Correspondence from Restore New York regarding funding. Correspondence from Alan Weinrod regarding 21 Oak Street vacant building registry. Correspondence from Robert McCray regarding vacant building registry. Correspondence from New York State Department of Labor regarding boiler inspection.
Okay. Any questions on the correspondence? All right. Under new business, we have the diamond maps to start with. I think I sent everybody a little bit of information about the diamond mapping. This is a system that we've been using since 2018, I believe. Mike can correct me if I'm wrong. He uses this,
Yeah.
17 or 18, something like that. So it's a mapping system where you locate different infrastructure, like hydrants and water lines and sewer lines and.
Well, it's a mapping you put your information into.
Yeah, you put it into it, but you've gotta locate it first.
Correct.
So, I met with, the town supervisor and, well, I'll back up. So we had a meeting about this system, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks ago or so.
Yeah.
Kim was on the phone at it, Mike and me and
Rick Hunter.
Tom and Rick Hunter, is that it?
Yeah.
And you, yeah. And we were talking about, sharing the information on the diamond maps because of course, Chris Matot needs access to it sometimes. And at that time, what we had decided, I believe, was that Mike can share it for 30 days at a time and you would just continue to do that. And Chris would have access to it. So the town, I believe, looked further into this diamond maps and it's a really awesome system. And it does a lot of different things. We currently have subscription is a single user subscription at $20 a month,
19, yeah.
right?
It's $228 a year, I believe.
Yeah, $228 a year.
19
They
bucks,
advertise-
19 bucks a month because when we locked in, we're set for that.
Okay,
For as
So
long,
that's
as long
what
as we
that-
keep that same description, we're set at that price.
so that's what we're paying now, and I believe that has always been part of the operation and maintenance costs. So there's been a division of that payment. The town is interested in, ask if we would be interested in expanding the subscription to unlimited users, because they see many ways that they think they would be able to use that system as well. Maybe the highway department, just other ways that it could be used. So I said, I'll bring it to the board. So that's why we're here to discuss it. It's working well for us right now. Mike's the only one that uses it. I don't think anyone else any of the other staff in the village probably would use it.
So is this figure, the 20 per user, that's, you can have as many people on the account as you want, and it's just $20 per account?
What I was told was that for $40 you could add, I don't know if it's unlimited users or,
I think it's unlimited.
I think it's unlimited for $40.
Everyone has their own their own login and password.
Yeah, everyone has their own login and password. So, I mean, we are currently have the only user and that's Mike.
And they're all connected? like they're all on one network, right? So if the town adds in a fire hydrant, you know, on Oak Street or whatever, then you guys will see it even if you didn't add it in, like they're all, it's all
Yes.
integrated together.
Yes, yes.
But
everyone
nobody
can see it.
nobody can touch anybody else's work.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Right, right,
Okay.
but there, everyone is all users are notified when something is added, yes, yes. Mike, do you wanna speak to it, cause you use it,
So diamond mapping is a mapping tool, where you have to, the stuff doesn't just appear by itself.
Right.
Somebody has to, like, what we have right now is the village stuff. So the town wants it, but I don't have the town stuff. Somebody has to go out and find those utilities. Somebody has to go out, they have to get somebody that's willing to go out in the field. They need to buy a metal detector, I went through this before, they need to buy a metal detector, they need to buy a pipe locator. And they need to actually go out in the field and they need to find their utilities, whether it be a curb stop, whether it be a hydrant valve, whatever it may be. Find it, dig it, make sure they can put a wrench on it, make sure it works. Once that's done, they can flag it. Put a flag by it. Diamond Maps is just you have to upload the information in it. You can't upload anything, you have to have a survey grade GPS to shoot a point at that spot to be able to even upload it into the maps. So it doesn't just, it's not something you get, it just appears, it's not, it's a, I don't know how else to explain it. So all it is a mapping program, but you have to put the information into that program.
Sure.
Is what it is. I mean, it's a great program. You put a lot of information in there, but I've got thousands of hours looking for our stuff that you have to actually go out in the field and you have to find it. And that's the information they need. I mean, I know the town wants diamond mapping, but that's great to have diamond mapping, but they have nothing on their map, because they need to find stuff to put on it, if that makes sense. You have to go out and do legwork and find the utilities to be able to put it into the diamond mapping. So diamond mapping is not gonna do the town any good if somebody won't go out in the field and find all the utilities, and then it has to be shot with a GPS, and those coordinates have to be put into the diamond mapping. That's the only way to get that information into the diamond mapping.
And that's what the antenna is for,
The antenna.
that they would use for the GPS
I mean, you have,
tracking.
no, you have to have a survey grade GPS unit. You have to, I mean, sure, you probably could do it on your cell phone, but you're probably be within 10 feet, because it's not, you need something that's precise when you go out and shoot
Yes.
a point.
And I know that they are planning on purchasing that.
Okay, that's great then. So they can get their GPS and they can get their diamond maps and they'll have it.
When you go out, are there town things that, I mean, presumably there are things that you would need. I mean, you said you were looking for hydrants just this past month and you weren't able to find some, there was some cluttered around. So it would be helpful, presuming that they could actually map out the right spot and they get it within, you know,
No,
a
it's,
football field of where you're at.
so like, I mean, a hydrant you can see, it's red and this high.
Yeah.
And we couldn't see them, because the grass is 10 feet high, because they were never trimmed. So I brought Rick Hunter out with me to a few 4 or 5 spots that, just to show him what we've, I said, I can pull up my map, I know there's a fire hydrant here. We couldn't even see it, couldn't even find it. Had to walk down into the field to find the hydrant, it was that bad. But the mapping, it's a great tool. But somebody's gotta get the information to put into the map.
And who's gonna do that for the town?
That's the question.
That would be up to them.
That would be
Correct.
up to
Obviously,
the
it would
town
be up
to
to
Well,
the
yeah,
town.
I'm just saying, I mean, it's be useful, but they're gonna have to do the work.
Well, that's their problem to
We
figure
don't-
out who's
right,
going to do
We don't have
it.
the time to do it for them.
They have a
Right.
highway department. They have a,
Well,
I'm not
but
on
I
that.
mean, my only question is, would it be in an ideal world,
I mean-
in a beautiful world where they have it all set up, it's all ready to go, everything's all set, it would be useful for us if we, and in a pinch for some reason, need to find something that the town's got mapped. We can look it up, presumably, again, it's not a perfect world, it's
I mean,
probably,
right now, they have, just like we had, they have paper maps, just like we had. But everything today is going digital.
mm,
And that's we have maps that like this water project, we didn't get as-built for anything. So we have you have to actually go out and find it, so I can pull up, okay, we know there's a curb stop, so it's in front of a house. You might be able to look at it on the map, but it doesn't bring you to it. You might be able to look at it and see the house, okay, it looks like it's even with the porch or even with the peak, so now you take your metal detector and you go out in front of the house, behind the sidewalk, and you take your metal detector, oh, here it is, and that's, so it shows you about, but it doesn't bring you to it, it's not, it just shows you about where it is, basically, and you can blow it up, but you can only blow it up so far. When you blow it up too far, you lose, it's gray, you don't have the, like terrain, or you don't have, if that makes sense. And the only way to find that, I mean, you're putting it in from a GPS, and the only way to pinpoint, you have to put the coordinate into the GPS, survey grade GPS, which is like within, it's the same thing surveyors use, it probably goes within, a thousandth or whatever, and you have to find it, okay, say a pipe underground, you got an elbow, and you originally, if you were able to capture that when it was put in, you can go there, okay, I know there's an elbow right here, but if you weren't able to capture that, everything that's in the ground, there's nobody that captured all that stuff, so there's no GPS points for it.
Yeah.
So the only thing you would be good for, like on the town side, would be finding their curb stops, cause that's something you can see on top of the ground. Valve boxes, they may be buried over, but you should be able to find them with a metal detector. And then all the service lines, those have a copper, all the service lines are 1-inch DR9, it's like a PEX pipe. So those have a copper tracer wire. So you need a pipe locator that you can clamp on there, you ground it into the ground, and you put basically a small electrical signal through it, and you're tracing on top of the ground, and that's how you trace that. Wherever that copper wire goes, the same thing they do with the gas lines. They got a yellow tracer wire.
Yeah, I've seen them do that.
Copper's conductive, so it traces it. But the first thing they need is somebody that's gonna go into the field, because if you don't spend time in the field, you're never gonna learn. So you have to get out in the field. You start with your paper maps you have, and you go out, if you gotta pull measurements, if there's measurements off porches, whatever, and you have to find that stuff. So somebody's gonna be able to go out, have to have a metal detector, and you have to have a pipe locator, because if you can find a main valve, you can put a wrench on that main valve. Granted, if it's ductile iron, which most of our old mains were, the signal will carry, so you can start to trace it on top of the ground. You get a stronger signal where the line is, less signal, and you mark that out, and that's where your lines are. The HDPE or plastic lines, those have a tracer, and those are much easier because copper is way more conductive, and you can trace it a lot further.
Okay.
But
All right.
diamond mapping's a good thing. I don't know what our diamond mapping's gonna help the town. I mean, if they
So
wanna do
this-
diamond mapping, they can do it.
Right.
But I would think they should, if we change ours, it's probably, if we change, I won't give them my password, cause they can erase all my stuff and change what I have.
They do not need, for $40 a month, it can be unlimited login users
So if that's the
with
town
all-
wants, that's great. They
with
can go
all
in.
of their own passwords.
So, yeah, that's right. So I guess my question is.
I mean, they don't need ours, they can do, if they're getting their own stuff.
Well,
they can
ours
do
is
their-
working, ours is working for the Village of Champlain,
Yes,
right? So, do we have a need for additional users here among us first?
once I can get all of our stuff in, we can print maps to
Yeah.
take with us, which is
Okay.
a
So-
great thing.
So,
Well, what about backups?
it's backed up every day in the cloud.
No, I mean a physical person backup.
Well, I'm sure that happens I mean, you and I had this
No,
discussion
no,
about.
but I
She's-
mean,
yeah, I
She's
know.
saying if something happens to Mike.
like
I know,
he's out
but-
sick or something, and we need to do something, we need to find something.
Well, I would assume that happens with this software all the time, where something happens to people that are a user, and, I mean,
Well, they may have more than one person that has access.
We have one person that
No,
has
I
what I'm saying.
understand.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. There's just alternate people that have access to the system as opposed to just one account, there's multiple accounts.
so I'm just gonna say my other question was, what's the advantage to the Village of Champlain to have the $40 policy with the town? That's really what we're deciding, whether or not we wanna stick with a single user, or if we want to go with a multi-user.
Well, the town is paying 60% of this on the O&M based on EDUs. but they're not getting the use of equipment to use.
Well, they
Other than-
gotta go out and find the stuff first.
Well,
Chris does work with Mike on this though.
Yeah, so, and I said that day, if you were willing to go out, somebody's willing to go out and find that stuff, I'll go shoot it and put it in, if you guys wanna get diamond maps, I'll go shoot it and put your stuff into the maps and you'll have it, it'll be there forever.
But why not for $20 more, which at $40, the town is still paying like 60% of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Why not add another user so they have the capability to do what they need to do without having to rely on Mike?
I don't have a problem with that.
This was something that
As
was,
long as it doesn't affect anything that we have in there,
It-
no, they can't
it
do
cannot.
anything to what we have.
So here's an example, the town of Essex, the county of Essex has the $40 plan. And every one of they're not, it's their town supervisors, but I guess they're called something else in Essex. They all, so say you're a supervisor, each one of you within the county has your own login and password to do what you need to do within your town. And it's paid for by the county. Clinton County doesn't have that, I don't understand why they should.
Yeah, I know, Tom and I talked about that. The county should do that.
Yeah, they should, but the chances of that happening are probably slim to none, so. But Essex has it and that works extremely well for them.
So my question is, who's going out to get the stuff to put into,
That's up to them though.
right, so
Yeah,
what
that's-
good's a mapping, what good's an extra user gonna do if they don't even have the stuff to put in it?
But if they don't have the stuff to put in it, then they can't get out and map it. If they
Absolutely
don't
they
have,
can, they can go out right now, they can go out right now and start finding the stuff, start locating.
Yeah, but I mean, it will be up to them who does it. I mean, in the town, I mean, it's up to them.
I mean, once it's mapped, I can email it to them, and they've got it.
but why don't we want them to be part of this?
What?
They are-
I mean, once it's mapped, who's gonna map it?
Once it's in there, I
Yeah,
can,
but who's gonna put it in?
right, that's what I mean, it's
No, I mean, you're saying,
there's, right now, there's, nobody
He
has to
has
go out and
he
physically,
has the village stuff.
I have all the
already
village
done.
stuff.
That could be
I know
mapped.
he does.
but I don't
That's what
understand,
he's talking about,
well, I know, he's got his own stuff and it's in there, most of it.
yeah,
yeah.
But I'm saying the town, if they're gonna have to go out, not you, and find the stuff and put it in their part of the system.
right, so I said that, we wanna work together, I don't have a problem, but if somebody wants to go do the legwork and find that stuff, just put a blue flag by them, let me know when you got them, I'll go out and shoot them in a GPS,
It's not for you to do it
Yeah.
though.
it'll be in there,
You've got enough to do. Alright,
yeah.
okay.
I mean, I have the information I have has been, I got 6 years worth, and I'm not done. I'm not done. There's still, every day we're putting stuff in there, as we're finding it, as we're,
Well, it's understandable,
takes a long time,
yeah, I
a
know.
long time.
So I'm thinking about this is more a Mary and Juanita question, I think.
I mean, maybe take that $228 right out of take that right out of the O&M. Maybe that's the easiest way.
I wanted to talk about the money, so, the water part of it is the O&M, the usage of that. But some of it will go to be used for other things. So it's a percentage of that 40 that would be applied to water, right?
I
See
don't
what
know
I'm
how
saying?
they do, how do you do it? Your
Well, now
whole-
it's only used, now it's really pretty much only used for water.
But
And that's
there
why
are-
we split it
that's where it is.
60-40. But I think,
There are so many things that can be done with that mapping. I mean, you can download your
So-
whole tax
Well,
map
that's
over
exactly
it
what I'm
too.
saying,
I mean,
is-
there's so many
why
things that
doesn't
can
the
be done.
town just get a whole diamond mapping system themselves and take it off the O and M?
Take ours out. I know
I
we
guess
use it, I
that's
use it
what
for sewer, I use it for, you know, our sewer
I guess
manholes.
that's if they're gonna use it
It's,
for
but
multiple
this is
different things.
this is supposed to have been a project that was done together
yeah,
with, this was supposed to be something that, and I'm only coming back with this because of what I was asked. this is something that should be shared, the town should be able to use this. They shouldn't have to rely on someone else.
Yeah,
They're paying 60% of the cost of this, based on EDUs. I personally don't have a problem doing this. If Mike were out, Chris could back him up, or vice versa if we had an emergency. It's supposed to be shared services, that's what we're supposed to be doing.
yeah,
Well, it seems to be shared one way though, and I mean, it's just,
I don't have a problem with what you're saying. What I'm trying to figure out is, it's going to be used for other things, which it should be. It's an awesome system.
We should be using it for
so-
other things.
And we can. But say it's used by the highway department, which I hope that will be, cause I know they can do culverts and all kinds of things. So if a percent is used by the highway, that part shouldn't be in the O and M. That's what, I'm trying to break it down into the percent. See, it seems like it's twice as expensive, but I don't think it's a 60-40 split anymore. See what I'm saying?
Okay, but you could do the flip side on the village too.
I think you just pull it out of the O and M.
You guys do what you want. It's my opinion that
Well, yeah, I
this is
use it for
supposed to be a
sewer.
shared thing and it's not.
I use
So-
it for
No,
other
that's not my
things.
point though, Kim.
No, I understand, but if we in the village started using it for other things, started using it for sewer, started using it for other functions, the town is still paying for it as well,
Yeah,
cause
Right.
it's in the O and M.
There you go.
So I'm, this was brought forward by the town, so
I'm only talking about the money and the
No,
percent.
I understand
That's-
that.
You know, it's not like it's a ton of money either.
Nope, it is not.
20 to 40. So you're talking about $400 or $500 for a year, right?
I think we should just take it out.
So it's 20 to 40 is the entire cost per month for the account, not just us, so it would, if it's 60-40, it's, you know, 20.
Because it's on the O and M.
It's on the O and M right
Okay.
now. I'm just
So,
seeing
so
if
you're,
it should.
so, just to clarify, so it being on the O and M means that it's a shared agreement with the town and the village, we have negotiated a cost, or there is, if you get based on the EDUs, there's a percentage
Mhm.
based down of how you split the fund and who
Mhm.
pays for what. So generally, just for numbers' sake, it's around 50-50. If it's 60-40, then, you know, it would be in the town's favor, or the town would pay the 60, so, you know, just for conservative numbers, 50-50. So we're paying $20 a month for presumably, I mean, forever probably, because if we use it as often as we do and it's useful, then we're gonna continue to use it. Can I just ask, on the back page, it has meter sync, and it's talking about using the billing software and linking that with the numbers for the sync, or for the meters that we have for the water. Is that something that we have? Is that something that's connected,
It's
or?
not something that we do.
Okay. Are these, what do we know, I mean, someone knows, I don't, it's just not me that knows, what are the meters that we use, the company that we use for the meters?
I have to go out and read the meters every month. We
I
use
think-
census,
Yeah, I think, I'm reading through that too.
we use
So
census,
if
we
we
gotta.
have updated information on our billing software, it goes to the program that says daily, nightly dump. And so if you change if I change any mailing address information or contact information, phone numbers, owners, that's gonna update this program, the Diamond Map program, with that information. So if you're looking for someone's contact at 22 Cedar Street, and we just changed some information on it, it would be on your Diamond Map.
I have nothing in there for
information.
water meters in my diamond mapping.
Well, it's saying that there is that option.
Well, it probably is, but it may be a, it may be
Might be an
for
add-on.
it might be like a radio, it might be a read to, I don't wanna say that.
Well, this is, I mean, from the, in that, it says advanced, which is, I imagine,
does,
you're gonna need someone to come down here and set it up for us, or talk to somebody who services the company,
Yeah.
but it looks like everything's connected, like you can have the data from the meters sent to the app, or the Diamond
that
apps,
doesn't-
and that's up.
That doesn't do any good
I'm
for
just,
me,
yeah,
cause you're still, I have to go out and do the reading. I have to go around, cause they've got their own radio signal, and I have to read them with my reader,
Right.
and you have to download them in your computer. That is totally separate from this. I don't know what advantage we would have.
No, if you,
Trying to put-
if you needed to reach out to somebody at a particular address outside of working hours, you could look onto the program and it would, if we had that part of the program on there, you would be able to get in contact with them with a phone number or an email, something like that.
Oh, yeah, see, and that's not
That
even,
just sounds like that's what that
that's not
is.
even what I was saying, I misread them, that's.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I
why
thought
I'm
it
reading
was,
maybe I'm totally wrong.
the way that I read it, it seemed like it was like you could have the meter sync up with the diamond map, so that you can just check the meter through the diamond
No,
maps. and
you
I
have to
don't
go
know.
through a cloud, and we don't have where they read all the time. We have to physically, we have a drive-by system, so we don't have where it's antennas where it can come in automatically.
Okay, but if it's connected to the cloud, and this can pick up that layer, and it can connect with whatever data's floating around, I mean, I don't know how this works, so I could be talking completely out of, where, but, so, I'm just thinking of like, are there things that we could do with it, and again, I'm not saying it's like, oh, Mike's not doing this, blah, 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 we need to get this next thing, blah, 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 but if we just pay $20 a month for however long, and the town says, well, we got all kinds of stuff we gotta do, let's call, Diamond up and, get this thing set up, and they say, hey, we figured out how to put all our stuff together and have, I don't even know, a robot going around and putting all our signs in, then it would just make it a million times easier, and I know that it's like, I don't even know what, I'm new here, so I don't know the
I think we're
whole-
getting off the topic.
Well, no, let Joel finish.
Well, no, I just think that, I think that the discussion is like, kind of going back and forth and, as to whether or not it's worth the money or if it's, something we can do without it. I think,
I don't think
it's
it's
a
a
shared
money issue.
service. I think it's a shared service, and I think that it would be beneficial to us. I think maybe in the long run, I think even in the short term, I think we might not see it now, but I think it would be helpful. And, let them map it. That's what I say, just let them map it. They've got their own account, then it'll, they make a mistake, well then we can see that, it was Jim Bob Jones who made the mistake, and we'll see when it was, and, we can cross that road when we come to it, but.
Okay, I'm gonna get a motion out here, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so can I have a motion to, I don't know how to phrase it, join the town in a shared service with the multi-user Diamond mapping system? If I said that right. Kim made the motion, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, now, any other further discussion? Nope. No other further discussion?
I think we just had all our
I
discussion.
know, I just wanna make sure that, everyone has said what they wanna say. Okay, well, let's do a roll call. This involves money.
Trustee Trombley,
Aye.
trustee Malinsky, trustee Connor,
Abstain.
trustee Herzog,
Aye.
Mayor McFetrich.
Aye. So passes. So, I guess my question would be, I don't know how that works with what we currently have. I don't know if I don't know how that works. I don't know if we just go into and say we want to expand to the multi-user program, it's already in it, or if it's starting something new, I don't really know. So we'll have to look into that.
Should be able to upgrade,
Yeah,
and it's just an extension of the village to the town, which is what we wanna do.
yeah. And they can't change, everything I read, they
Yeah.
can't change anything that's in there. So everything should be completely safe, Mike.
No, because if you look at the county of Essex, your town B, you can't go into town A and change anything.
That's why I say we should just pull it out and let them do their own, but that's whatever you guys wanna do. I'm not going out and getting the stuff for them. I mean,
No,
that's
you
what they
are
want.
not.
That's what
You
they
are
want.
not.
And I'm not
You are
doing it.
not going out,
Yeah.
because that's not your job. That will be their job to figure out who's going to be that person. You're not going out and doing that. You don't need to, you have too much to do anyway. If anything, maybe it will relieve some of that. Okay, I think, there are a couple of things that we do have to, do that weren't on the agenda. I believe there's a wastewater credit request.
They came in last minute.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that came in last minute. And this, it looks like this does fit the requirements that are leaked outside the wastewater system. I don't know if everyone had time to look this over.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there a motion for a sewer credit of $120 to the resident at 105 Church Street?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Any other discussion or questions? Roll call.
Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Trustee Malinsky.
Aye.
Trustee Connor.
Aye.
Trustee Herzog.
Aye.
Mayor McFetrich.
Aye.
Anybody wants to see it leaking, I got the video of it right here, yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
saw
glad you
it.
could hear
Hot
it.
water tank, it was pouring right out of the bottom.
Wow. And then we also have our annual letter from the Champlain Fire District requesting the services of the village of Champlain in regards to snow removal at the fire station and the district office. And then in return, they would like to purchase 30-ton load of road salt for the village's use. Mike, does this work fine?
Yep,
Is there any other thing we need to change?
I didn't look at it, but I was here the other
Same
day
as
when.
always is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
same as
know,
same.
but I like to get input because, you know, he's out there doing the
No, that's
plowing.
fine.
Okay, we have a motion to extend
So
this
moved.
and a second.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We have nothing under old business unless someone has something.
We still holding off on the, portable removable speed bumps? Are we holding off on that till
I
next
think
year?
we have to, we can't put them in with winter coming.
No, I just wanted to not I didn't wanna get rid of my information if we
Oh,
were
yeah,
just
don't
still
get rid of-
holding off,
Oh,
holding
don't
off
get rid
on
of
it.
your information.
Okay.
In fact, we'll probably make some decisions in the winter and then it would go in
Have
the
it ready
spring.
for summer,
Yeah.
spring.
Anything else? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Who seconded?
I did,
Nikki?
Very quiet.
sorry.
She
Yes, I
whispered
did.
it, but I heard.